Hi, Tauruses. Oh man, how could I forget about my Tauruses with this beautiful Jupiter conjunction? I mean, this is the best for you guys. So I'm going to go a little bit more into detail. Yeah, I was wondering why I went through all the signs and I was like, wow, that was fast. Yay, I'm done. Oh my God. Because I have a tendency to go accidentally like way too long on all the signs. And, I'm kind of tired of recording everything and it ends up being like 4 hours. So, finding a nice middle ground at least. But for Tauruses, we'll go a little bit more in depth for you because this is actually really special for you because Venus, which rules you, is conjuncting Jupiter. So it's extra, extra special. But this is happening in your third house. So your third house is your everyday routines. It's what you do on your daily schedule. This is a really good time to declutter and get rid of things around the house or in your life that kind of are taking up space. You know, Objects have energy, so it's really helpful to get rid of these things. So, it's just like, and there's more energetic flow in your everyday life. And, sometimes this can kind of be the boring area of life because it is literally just what you do in your everyday life, but it's really, really important because we really want to be focused and we really want to set intention and live in a very consistent way, going towards our bigger dreams and our bigger goals. And this is where we can kind of get into alignment with the way we think, the way we speak to ourselves, and the actions that we take, and make sure they're all, really congruent with where we're heading. And it's really supportive since this is making a sextile to us, to Taurus in the first house. So it's very grounding and nurturing. Jupiter and Gemini was kind of all over the place. So it's kind of like we can be more embodied and more grounded and solid to manifest more of what we do want. This is our opportunity to kind of look at our everyday life and see if things have been progressing or if, the universe is mirroring back to us stalled energy. Because this is majorly the area of life where we can see if we've been on autopilot and just getting stuck in the mundane things like scrolling too much, watching too much reality TV, or something like that, where it's taking our energy away from where we're going towards. Because if we look around in our everyday life and if things are stalling or not moving as fast, then, that's where our energy has been. So this is our opportunity to really get into the heart and really get centered with how you can live more of your best life with your energy going towards what your heart really wants. Because if we're directionless, if our energy has been scattered, we're giving the universe mixed signals, so we got to hone it back in to tell the universe exactly what we want and get our minds, get our thoughts, get our actions all going in that direction. So we can have a big optimistic boost with this. And I love that. And we're just going to be feeling more optimistic in general because Venus rules us. So we're having just amplified abundant energy. This is where we can kind of release a lot of mental blocks, I guess. We can just have a more optimistic mindset. So in a bigger vision to what we can go achieve next. So this is a perfect time to really connect with your inner world, doing this, visualize, meditate, receive those downloads and insights because and it's kind of crazy, like even just like pausing for a second, and it doesn't take long, pausing for 15 minutes to really take a long-term view with where you want to go. That's all you need, that's all you need. And then all your focus is like, oh, okay, I've been wasting it all over the place, and not wasting it, but you could have been in a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and like just not really focused, where you can just sit, you can visualize, you can script, you can journal, you can make a vision board, and it'll really get your attention going, just harnessed in. Because third house, we can always be, scattered. So make sure you do that. And then I also love how this is conjuncting Sirius, which is our spiritual sun. So we can receive those higher dimensional downloads and insights with what's possible for us. Where can we go next? What is that love we want to experience? How can we embody more of our higher selves and, be more just rooted in who we truly are, so we can magnetize everything to us? How can we move in a place more from that oneness? And okay, Venus rules your sixth house. So this is what you do with your everyday life and your routines and your habits. And this is where you can get everything in line with that. Um, Again, if your energy has been scattered, this is where you can kind of declutter. You can get rid of, old habits, old work that's not serving you anymore, and get everything a little bit more streamlined. If there's a way that you can take care of your health in your everyday life, this is the third house is like your mental health. Sixth house is more so like your physical health. So maybe you can, go to the gym more often, eat better, and kind of prioritizing that, you can have, very amplified energy with how you can streamline things in that way too. And then Jupiter rules your eighth house. So this could be this could be a download for, a business idea. Where do you invest your time and your energy? And this is where you can invest it more for yourself. The eighth house is where do you invest your time and your energy? And it could be with relationships. So this can really evaluate which relationships have been really abundant and, lifting you up and having a nice equal give and take, and which ones maybe you do need to reevaluate and, put up boundaries of love. And maybe you do want to direct more of your time and your energy towards you and towards building a business and towards investing for your future. And that's why I think this could be a very positive. Like, I actually forgot how good I am at trading, So I just recently came back to trading stocks and using astrology to do it, and because it just makes it really easy. So just an idea to come back to something where you can invest your time and your energy to reap the rewards in money and abundance that is meant for you. And this can be a way that you clear blocks with communication, where you can have better communication with your significant other also. And with this conjunction happening, this Jupiter also rules your 11th house. So this is maybe social media strategies or just marketing strategy. If you have a business, this could be you connecting online with soul family too, since we all kind of are scattered all over the place. But a really abundant connection can come in from online that makes your friends and connections feel just more satisfying in general. But yeah, I think this could be also just a really powerful way with how do you represent yourself online, and who do you connect with, and is it representative with who you really are now, and how can you kind of maybe strategize to put yourself out there in a better way if you are online, that is more expansive with more in line with your expansive vision now, and putting it out there. Because the North Node is in your 11th house. It's time to have big dreams and really connect to that bigger vision, and then you find the right people and the right opportunities and the right projects to come along with you. If any of you need to get a new car, this is a good time to do it, actually. You could either get a really, really good deal, or just a car that you really, really love. And then, the most important thing with this is you should be doing identity work. You should be doing self-concept work, because this is going to allow you to step into that higher version of yourself, and more so that higher version of yourself that is higher dimensional, because this is conjunct Sirius. So definitely spend some time visualizing, journaling, self-concept work, identity work. And since this is amplifying the first house too, this is kind of like your entire life. What do you want to manifest in your entire life or out of your whole life? Do you want better relationships? Do you want more money? Do you want a better career? How can you get in alignment with all of those things? Do you want better health? And you can really set powerful intentions for all of that. Okay. Realize love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Yeah, I think you just have a naturally optimistic lens right now where you can make magic happen in your everyday life. And yeah, that's just what happens when you are more optimistic, when you have a tendency to go in the more optimistic direction or even Delulu direction, you can manifest a lot faster. So use that energy right now. That energy is amplified. With this happening in the third house, I think robotic affirmations is also really powerful. I've been robotically affirming pretty often. That just makes your manifestations come in a lot faster, I find. But if you don't want to robotically affirm all day, and it doesn't mean you have to speak it out loud, you really just have to have it in the back of your mind. If you have a tendency to go and wallow or something or think too heavily about the past, which this could happen also with this. And that is important too, because you want to feel everything. You want to make sure you're releasing everything. So you're not hanging on to anything that's stopping you from having, a big open heart all day. I mean, yeah, moving forward, and then looking at those optimistic things coming in. This is like just emotional energy where we're really shedding. So that's important. But what else was I going to say? Yeah, just realize that love is all around and you just have the ability to tune into the affirmations. And then most importantly, if you want to do affirming 10 minutes before you go to bed and 10 minutes before you wake up, they're just like amplified right now. They're super, super powerful. But yeah, robotically affirming in the back of your mind all day can make things come in a lot faster. So I like that. And then in Cancer, it's kind of, you can visualize a lot easier too, and you can really feel how you want to feel in the future and all of that. You can be a master manifester with this energy as long as you get your focus in the right direction. Healer of the ages. So yeah, you're definitely healing something with this, shedding a lot, releasing, and that's important because then you'll feel a lot lighter going into the new. Simple acts of kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Yeah, I think every day in your community or online, you might just find a little extra generosity. And this is beautiful, just give and take energy. You give, you can, do a little kind act, and that does help you connect with everyone that, that that can help you connect with more people that are more generous and more willing to give and just, have more of an open heart. What was I just gonna say too? Simple acts of kindness. Yeah, you can also find really significant relationships in your community. Just out and about, like while you're doing errands, at work, even whatever you're doing, you can meet actually a very significant relationship that is just a soulmate connection. And this could be romantic, this could be friendships. I think the energy that we're really getting into now is just being, and not just for Taurus, this is for all of us. Being able to just be and let connections come into your life, and you don't have to label it right away. You don't have to think it's going to be romantic or whatever. You just let them come in and see what it's for, and just like let that little interaction be whatever it's going to be. And then you can move on from there. But there's something a little bit more powerful with just being more in flow with, relationships and people and opportunities. So you put less restrictions on it actually, and you can kind of allow the universe to send you more of those interactions that will actually kind of open up your world a little bit more. But the Magician, you are balancing out the material and the physical, and you are majorly able to manifest like crazy with this conjunction. So make sure you learn about manifesting and go at it. Manifesting like is literally just learning the laws of the universe and recognizing how powerful you are. So it should be a daily practice. And wild at heart, a desire for freedom leading to running away again. So maybe there's some ways that, some of you have been restricted in your everyday life where you can just flow more in your everyday life, living from your heart. And consumed, extinguished by doubt, having open communication. Yep. This is the time for any open communication in any of your relationships. It can be very, very healing, especially when it comes to your online community or with siblings or with neighbors, and see where it goes from there. And I'll pull some tarot cards for extra messages. Oh my God, wait, they're all over the place. One sec. Extra messages for Taurus. Let's see. Yeah, follow your passions, follow your interests. There could be a passionate message coming to some of you guys. So be excited for that. Be open to that. But yeah, follow your curiosity, I think, with this. This can really open up your world and where your heart is calling you. Because I think there can be a new way that you're headed towards more stability and abundance. Yeah, there's like so much new coming out. Ace of Fire, Ace of Earth, Messenger of Fire, Queen of Earth. Yeah. Receive. You want to be open to those downloads and just receiving in general. Because I think something really, really nice can come in that brings you a lot of stability. With the Queen of Earth, this is you. This is you being abundant, grounded, just so stable in yourself, and just receiving all the abundance that is naturally yours. And it might come through a message, a passionate message or an exciting message, but it's leading to a new beginning with the material and possibly money and passions, your passions from the heart. And then when your stuff gets hit, let go right then, because it will be harder later, is the Soul card that came out for you. So maybe for some of you, some stuff is exiting, let it go, because there will be more abundance and more room for abundance to flow in. All right. Thank you so much, Taurus. If you would like a reading, check out my link in bio.